Calibration of Airblast sprayers for vineyards. Part 1. Selecting and changing nozzles. Part 2, also on the internet, measuring liquid flow. Pesticides are dangerous and one must be careful to wear protective clothing at all times. This is detailed on the label for the individual product. Nozzle selection from the manufacturer's catalogue. We wish to apply 50 gallons per acre. We have an Airblast sprayer that's fitted with 5 nozzles on each side, and a comfortable ground speed is 3.5 miles an hour. Our rows are 9 feet apart. A simple formula shows us how many gallons per minute the sprayer needs to produce. Gallons per minute is based on gallons per acre from the label, multiplied by the speed, multiplied by the row width in feet, divided by 495. Using a hollow cone nozzle table from the manufacturer's nozzle catalogues, we can see what type of nozzle to use. Read down the column for 100 psi until you reach 0.32 gallons per minute. Look across to the left and you will see we need a D6 disc and a DC23 swirl plate. A better alternative to consider would be to use a one-piece hollow cone tip. These one-piece tips are much easier to fit and are much easier to remove for cleaning, changing tips. To continue with our worked example, where we required 0.32 gallons per minute, we now need to look at a one-piece nozzle chart. We look at the pressure row at the top of the chart for 100 psi. Follow down that column until you read 0.310, this being the nearest to 0.32. Look to the left and you will then see that you need to select an ATR orange one-piece hollow cone nozzle. Changing sprayer nozzles. Unscrew the nozzle cap. As you take the nozzle out, notice the many parts. We have the nozzle cap, the nozzle tip, the swirl plate and the filter. Note the swirl plate in this photograph. It's badly damaged and would cause higher flow and an irregular pattern. An alternative, instead of the two-piece nozzle tip and swirl plate, is to buy one piece. There you see them side by side. Insert the one-piece nozzle tip inside the brass cap. Screw the nozzle cap on finger tight. And then use a wrench to tighten. Do not over tighten. One-piece nozzles provide the operator with many advantages. They're easy to remove or replace, they're more rugged and resistant to over tightening, and they're easy to identify that all nozzles are the same. Continue with part 2, calibration of Airblast sprayers for vineyards, measuring liquid flow. The following websites are of interest to you on pesticide application technology and on nozzle tips. The video was produced at Cornell University in New York State.